Meteorologist, I say it's Monday's Madness time after the 4th of July. And we'll start off real quickly with severe weather. Yesterday, some reports out here through the high plains of hail and wind. Okay, no tornado reports yesterday. And most of the country was rain-free. There's some thunderstorms here and there, but no real major stuff today. Some severe weather up here toward Rapid City. And then tomorrow, we got a band of thunderstorms coming through the northeast, so might produce some severe weather as well. We'll do a post on that on the pro site for you too. All right, that front is way down into Florida now. There's Elsa still south of Cuba this morning. Not all that organized, and it's going to cross Cuba, get into the Gulf of Mexico. And then from there, it's going to head up into the southeast and then through the mid-Atlantic states here this week. So this will be the big story, and the heavy rain and flooding that will occur with it. All right. A little bit of cold front up in here, which is going to trigger thunderstorms over in this area. Some thunderstorms up here today as well. That can be frisky. And then looks like a little bit of a monsoonal flow has developed out in the western part of the country. And there will be some daily thunderstorms. We already got some big thunderstorms this morning heading down through western Texas. All right, let's take a look at the radar real fast on that. There you go. There's the radar. The thunderstorm is heading through western Texas. And the showers and thunderstorms from the Texas coast to northern Florida. A few thunderstorms up here across northern Great Lakes and some through the high plains today. Again, those will be the areas we're going to have to deal with some thunderstorm activity. The big story is that the heat and humidity is returning into the eastern part of the country this week, and it is going to get hot, it's going to get muggy, and just going to be nasty. And then you got Elsa coming up here with this tropical moisture, which is going to start spreading thunderstorms all over the place this week as well across the eastern part of the country, and we're still going to see thunderstorms out here in the west too. So it's going to be the heat out west is kind of broken down a little bit out there. And but the heat will be coming into the eastern part of the country. It's certainly going to get hot, especially tomorrow. But again, there'll be some severe thunderstorms, I think, up here across the northeastern part of the country. Some more thunderstorms out here tomorrow, and then there's Elsa in the Gulf of Mexico. All right, let's talk about Elsa. There's Elsa this morning on the south coast of Cuba. All right, and if you look at the satellite picture, you can see there's clusters of thunderstorms around it here and there, but it really kind of looks disorganized this morning overall. It doesn't look like it's a very well-developed system. And, we knew that was going to happen. So it was going to hit some shear. It was going really fast. And now it's going to cross Cuba, and that's going to, hammer it a little bit there. There's the radar depiction. You can see it sitting right in here. Right there, okay? I mean, it's trying to. I mean, if you look at it, it's trying to spin up. But you got heavy rain bands coming up into central Cuba. It's going to cause some flash flooding there today. So you'll hear more about some bad flooding problems across central part of Cuba with the storm. And then the Keys will get rain tomorrow from it and get some flooding problems down there too when Elsa comes on up. All right, this is the path going to take it up through eastern end of Cuba, probably west of the Keys, but again, the Keys will get lashed by heavy thunderstorms. And by Wednesday morning, it's probably making landfall somewhere up in the Florida Panhandle, and then it'll kind of trudge through the Carolinas and on out. It could regain strength up here coming out into the mid-Atlantic states. So the Delmarva, Virginia Beach, those areas, you guys got to watch out for some gusty winds and quick rainfall coming with Elsa. All right, the tracks have, I'm glad I kind of held my track because the tracks have migrated westward now. All right, so you can see there's been more of a shift toward more of the path I've been sort of saying now. I kind of shifted slightly to the east, and the paths have gone more to the west. So we kind of in agreement. And then Georgia, Carolinas, this is where your rainfall is going to be. With Elsa, maybe some tornado activity too. The intensification really going to stay pretty much blasé into the tropical storm area. No real intensification expected. And you can see on this is the WRF model, kind of a weak system coming up. But again, there's a lot of showers and thunderstorms coming in. So the Florida Panhandle is going to get heavy rainfall as well. The wind isn't. This is off the H-Wharf model, and the wind's really not that impressive. With about 40, maybe 50 knot wind in there. So it's still going to hold at the tropical storm status, but certainly not a. It's not going to be a big. The problem is right now is that there's so much BS flying around out there about this storm that people are getting the wrong information. You know what I mean? And we said all along, like even like the situation down in Miami Beach, we said all along it was never going to impact them. There might be some showers and thunderstorms that come through, but it is the shower and thunderstorm season down there anyway. But even this thing coming in, you're not going to have a storm surge that's going to pile water up. It's not going to be that kind of storm. Okay, maybe there's a little surge on the outer beaches here, and maybe the wind gusts to 50 miles an hour. But for the most part, it's a lot of heavy rain that is going to come up through the Florida Panhandle and Georgia. That'll be mostly your impacts. You can see a very concentrated storm in the GFS model. Heavy rain through Georgia up in the Carolinas with it, and then once it gets back into the Atlantic Ocean, you can probably get some Atlantic City down to Delmarva, this right up to Long Island and eastern New England. Could see some gusty winds and some heavy rain. Most of it's going to be an eastern sided storm, so most of the heavier thunderstorms will stay away. But you notice one thing here. See this kind of banding of showers right through here? You got to watch sometimes these tropical systems throw tropical moisture up against old fronts that'll be laying around, and then you start getting some heavy rain. So there could be some heavy rain developing west of the storm track of Elsa. So kind of have to see how that plays out as we get to Thursday time period here up in the Mid-Atlantic states. For the most part, the rest of the country going to be hot. Afternoon thunderstorms out here later this week here, but really the trouble spot is going to be this whole corridor over here with the increase in heat, humidity, showers, and thunderstorms, and also just kind of bringing all this tropical moisture up with it and really kind of enhancing thunderstorms. So any thunderstorm through this whole corridor can be, producing some pretty good downpours and gusty winds with it as well. So that is what we're going to be up against, okay? And I will urge everybody out there who listens to me that there's going to be a lot of BS flying around about this storm. That it always is. People like to clickbait things and make up stories and all this kind of stuff nowadays. So, it's a heavy rainmaker. A quick shot of heavy rain coming up with it, and there will be some gusty winds with it, but it's not going to be like the devastating storm of the decade coming, okay? It's a weak storm, going to remain weak unless something happens and it really wants to spin itself up, but it's moving too darn fast for that. All right? That's it for now. Meteorologist Henry Marga City.